Hey guys, welcome to part 18. We will look at some more questions on Google Professional Cloud Architect. If you have not yet subscribed, do so. It will help you with Azure, Google Cloud, and AWS Cloud certifications. See, in this question, you have an application that you are only going to use during the business hours. Clear? That means you will probably use it between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You will not use it at 9 p.m. at 12 midnight. You will not use it at 6 a.m. in the morning, but you will strictly use it during business hours. Now, the next requirement is that you should use something which is a managed service kind of thing. Boss, why? Because what you want to do is you want to scale to zero. If you are using compute engine, it will not scale to zero. Compute engine means the engine will be, if you are not using it, suppose you have two compute engines, you are not using it, it will still be using or some cost you have to pay, but you want to use something which you will not incur any cost if it is not in usage. That means after 5 p.m, 6 p.m, 7 p.m, 8 p.m, 9 p.m, 10 p.m, you should not pay even a single dime. 6 a.m, 5 a.m, 4 a.m, you should not pay even a single dime. 9 a.m onwards you should be able to pay. So we have something called cloud function. This is a 2 paisa person or 2 cents person. Why we say 2 cents? It is a cheap guy. Cheap guy means you can use it as much you want and throw it. Okay, it will not attract any cost. If you are not using it, it will have zero cost. That is what you want in your question. You want zero cost. Okay, plus it is automatically managed. It is scalable. You want it to do more jobs, it will do it. You want it to do less jobs, it will do it. That means you can do zero to planet scale without even thinking, boss. It can automatically do it for you. You don't have to plan the infrastructure. You don't have to do any of those things. So it seems we got the answer, which is cloud functions. But then you might say, why not compute engine? So if you talk about compute engine, these are virtual machines for any workload. You can easily create and run online virtual machines, which are high performance, reliable cloud infrastructure. That means it will attract cost even if you are not using it. Boss, please listen to me again. It will attract cost even if you are not using it. But you want to pay zero cost if you are not using it. That is why this is not a good option. Okay. Now we check about option C, which is Kubernetes engine. See, boss, you use this only if you are making use of containers. Are we making use of containers? No, boss, we are not making use. Are we making use of containers? The question does not talk about any microservice, any container, nothing of that sort. Why will we use Kubernetes service? It is a crap product in this scenario. Okay, so C is also wrong. What about App Engine? See, boss, if you want to create websites, monolithic websites, then you use App Engine. Are we creating any websites? Forget monolithic or whatever. Are we creating any websites in this question? No, this question is not about website creation. So option D is a perfect misfit in this case scenario. So option A is our answer. We will lock this option A as our answer because this is a 2 cent person. You will do anything for 2 cent. It is dirt cheap. It is just like from USA. You send all your computer engineer work to India. We will do it at a cheaper cost. A lot of people in America might say, hey, there are no good working conditions in India. It is a developing country. So there are no human rights or very minimized human rights. Boss, don't live in a la la land. We are having an absolutely fantastic life in India. And plus, we are able to do a lot of stuff from a project perspective because we are disciplined. We are not getting a lot of emotional fluctuations. We are getting less divorced compared to what people in USA do. So one less problem to be taken care of. Now, let us look at the next question. You're creating an app engine application. Okay, that means you are doing something with the website and etc. It is making use of cloud data store. What is cloud data store? It is a NoSQL databases. If you are creating mobile applications like what, like Uber, like Lyft, you want very high performance because your customers they are kind of like a patient who do not have patience. A patient who do not have patience. They will use your Uber app. If it is slow, they will move away to some other app. So you have to perform absolutely fantastic, very high performance. So you use data store, which is a NoSQL database. So you want to retrieve several root entities and you want to minimize the overhead in operations on cloud data store. So cloud data store, you want to make sure that the overhead on operations is minimized. What will you do? The first thing, are you going to run multiple query operations when we are telling you that reduce operational overhead? Then are you so numb that you will run multiple query operations? This is crap. Okay, run multiple get operations. This is crap. Okay, now the question comes, option C. Can we use option C because it is making use of identifiers to create query filters? Can we use it? We cannot, because this will create a query overhead. You want, in this question clearly it says, boss, I don't want overhead in operations. It is always telling you this. Then how can you choose this option? This option, it will build and run a query even with the filter based on identifiers. It will add overhead. Okay, compared to what? Compared to what, boss? Compared to what? Compared to multi operators. Compared to this, it will add overhead. And what is overhead? Why there is overhead? Because it will pass the query, it will potentially evaluate the indexes, which is less efficient than directly fetching specific entities. Okay, option C is also wrong. Then what is the correct answer in this case? Option A. We will create a key object for each entity and run a batch get operation. Now you might say, boss, why this is beneficial? Why? Because you will fire one get multi operation, which is much more efficient than making individual calls for each entity again and again and again and again. If you make that again and again and again and again call, what happens? It increases the network round trips and decreases the performance. That's why we fire it once. Okay, that means it is just like you have 10 boxes in a warehouse. One courier guy goes, he picks one box, comes out, then he goes back, he picks one box, comes out. Instead of that, if he takes a cart, puts all 10 boxes in one go and go out, it will reduce the trips, number of trips. You understand? Round trips, it reduces. That is why this is a very efficient option. Who told us to be efficient? If you have not read the question correctly, this guy clearly told us, boss, I want efficient people. So option A is our right answer. See, in this next question, this is the next one. Okay, if you are not paying attention, this is the next question. You need to upload files from your on-premises to cloud storage. So this is your on-premises, this round box is your cloud storage. You have files here, you have to move it from this place to this place. Very easy question, right? Now you want the files to be encrypted on cloud storage using customer supplied encryption keys. So that means you yourself have the encryption keys. You have to encrypt the data. Okay, you want the files to be encrypted on cloud storage. What should you do in this case? First of all, why on earth you want encryption? So that no Tom, Dick and Harry can read your data very easily. If there is a hack and they are able to read your credit card numbers, social security numbers, PAN numbers, Aadhaar card numbers, then there can be a breach of data. We don't want that. That is why we want encryption. Encryption is a security solution to keep the data safe. Okay, so the first one, option D. If you see option D, it says use GSUtil and use the flag encryption key. For your information, this is not supported at this point in time. So option D is wrong in this case. Now option B, supply the encryption key using gcloud config. Now gcloud will work with the encryption key which is generated within GCP, but cloud managed, customer managed keys. Customer managed keys, it will not help you. So option B is wrong because it does not work with customer managed keys. Now what about option A? You supply the encryption key in a Boto configuration file. See, you should not do this. It is a security threat for you. It is a security threat because you are putting this in a Boto file which can be viewed with a naked eye, and then there are potential chances of a hack. So the best option is option C. So in this case, the best option is option C. The reason for that is this will make use of keys temporarily. It will upload and that key is just used temporarily, and this option is supported by GSUtil also. So option C is our final answer. Let's lock this. I hope you understood the concepts and you are paying attention. If you have not yet subscribed and if you are really interested in onboarding the cloud journey, go for it. This has Azure, Google Cloud, and AWS Cloud certification content, various certification, more than 900 plus videos. This is a one-stop solution to help you clear cloud certifications with concepts. See, a lot of time people just mug the questions and answers. They go pass the exam, but they are not able to work in real life when they get the project. Don't get in that scenario. Go through this channel videos, understand the concept, be in a very good position to even work, not only get certified, but after certification people will have lot of expectations from you. Okay, you have to fulfill that expectation. So do not just cram the answers, understand the answers. This brings us to the end of part 18. This one is a difficult certification. I would say very difficult certification. It requires some good conceptual knowledge. Okay, so do not try to mug and go there and answer it, because chances of failing the exam is high. Understand the concepts and then go and appear for the exam. By the way, you have an option to become a member, Cloud Kernel, Cloud Ninja member, Cloud Kernel or Cloud Ninja member. By a very small premium, you become that member, gain access to so many other important questions, very important for clearing the certification. See you in the next part.